Hey Matsuko, Ryu here. So me and my wife went to see the second Happy Death Day movie, and I'm here to give my thoughts. Okay, so have you ever seen those movies where they basically redo the first movie but differently, or at least have like some of the same parts, but you see them from different angles, kind of like some of the Saw movies or or Back to the Future? Yeah, that was this. So this movie starts. Oh yeah, there's also spoilers. So the Asian kid who what's his name, Ryan, who kept showing up in the first movie. Basically, it's okay. This movie it kind of reminds me of Kingdom Hearts in this sense, where like in Kingdom Hearts 2, you start off with Roxas instead of Sora, and then like 3 hours into the game, you get Sora. It's kind of like that. So you start off with Ryan. He basically is doing his regular, like he's sleeping in his car. I think this takes place the day after the movie, which now that I think about it doesn't make sense because he like had just woke dude, what's his name? Just woke Tree up in the middle of, at the beginning of the next day. So he basically goes to his dorm, interrupts them, and then like he has a lab and like the school shuts it down because of power outages, and so he ends up going to like I don't even know, like this abandoned room, and basically he keeps getting like text pictures from the person, like they can see where he is. Yeah, super creepy. So they go there. One of his friends like sneaks up on him because he went to give him like a churro or something. I don't remember. So this dude so he gets killed by someone in a baby mask, and then wakes up again, and then same thing. I mean, I think he dies twice before realizing, and then he tells them about it, and Tree basically acts like an expert. They decide used to go and play inside, so they go to like a basketball game, which has a whole bunch of people wearing a baby mask. That was actually really funny. So he basically gets chased by the killer, and then Tree knocks the killer out, and turns out the killer is Ryan. There's two of them. And so he has to shut down his quantum thing. Or, Ryan's doppelganger basically says that he's gonna mess up the, time stream worse. But the main Ryan, freaks out. And so, yeah, this ends that, I guess you could say, Kingdom Hearts 2 comparison I mentioned with Roxas. And so it goes to, the point of view goes back to Tree. Okay, and Tree is basically stuck in the first movie again, except in a different timeline. And so, certain things are different, but she has to figure out, who the killer is, and, how to get back to her own timeline. Except in this timeline, her mom's alive, so she doesn't want to go back at first. And plus, the boyfriend character, can't remember his name. He is dating the head of her sorority. So they were talking about how there's a billion variables for them to try. And so Tree has to remember everything, so that they can knock out how to knock out all the other variables that they've already used. So they do a montage kind of like the first movie, where instead of her getting killed by the killer, she kills herself So that's a day reset. Okay. Yeah, she always resets like the same way as the first movie where she's in dude's bed. And so yeah, so it turns out that the killer was not Lori this time. And that it was like the doctor that she or the teacher that she was studying with in the cheating with in the first movie, and his wife. So, I mean that's I know that sounds really short, but I mean truthfully, not a lot happened in the movie. Like it just felt like certain things happened because they need the movie to run longer. And not to mention though that Ryan was acting erratic when he saw his doppelganger. And one thing that kind of got me about the first movie was the fact that her was that trees like when she was going like after the killer or trying to figure out who the killer was. In the first movie, they never explained how the killer kept finding her. But I mean that's just a pet peeve. But anyway though, it was definitely enjoyable. She went back to her own time. Then the government is like, we want to use your technology to do something with the time loop. It was DARPA. And I only know about them because of Metal Gear Solid. So anyway, so they're like, we have those. So Tree's like, I can help with that because of the variables I remember. And I even know who could be a good specimen or a good test subject. And the test subject was the popular girl, was named Danielle. Yeah, but yeah, there's things I'm leaving out. Yeah, so if you want to know those, I guess watch the movie. But I mean, it was pretty fun. Yeah, a movie I'm kind of interested in watching is that Ma movie, because Lord knows Blumhouse Productions, like they kill it with their movies, with their horror films. Not to mention, still waiting on the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. So yeah, there's that. But anyway, that's my piece. That's my 2 cents. Yeah, take it for what it is. Yeah, if you like this video, subscribe, comment, etc. And just, I'll catch you guys later. So stay tuned, and I will see you soon.